The Grand Canyon is located in western Arizona. It is 277 miles long with an average width of 10 miles and an average depth of 1 mile. The climate ranges from desertic at the canyon bottom to the moist, green subalpine forests of the high plateau. The canyon was and is still being carved by the Colorado River, a steep gradient sediment-laden river. On average, the canyon deepens at the rate of 5/8 of an inch per 100 years. The Grand Canyon runs across the southwest portion of the geologic province known as the Colorado Plateau, which is centered on the Four Corners region, where the states of Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, and Arizona meet at a common juncture. It is characterized by thick sequences of flat-lying sedimentary rocks that are exposed in a series of high plateaus. The Colorado Plateau differs from its neighbors since its rocks have not been bent by geologic forces. The Grand Canyon history has two basic parts. One, the creation of its rock units, which tends to have occurred long in the past. Two, the rock carvings by the Colorado River, which is geologically more recent. The oldest rocks at the Grand Canyon are the complex group of igneous and metamorphic rocks known as the Granite Gorge Metamorphic Suite, dated 1.84 billion years old. These basement rocks are buried beneath thousands of feet of younger sedimentary layers. They are exposed at the surface only where erosion has removed the overlying rock. Lying above these older Precambrian rocks are remnants of younger Precambrian rocks known as the Grand Canyon supergroup, ranging from 800 million to 1.2 billion years old. They include a complex assortment of sedimentary and igneous rocks. All of the horizontally bedded sedimentary rocks visible from the rim of the Grand Canyon are Paleozoic in age. They range from bottom to top from early Paleozoic, 550 million years old, to late Paleozoic, 250 million years old. Rocks of Paleozoic age are scattered throughout the globe, but there are only a few places where they are as well exposed as in the Grand Canyon. A great deal of time passed after the Paleozoic rocks were deposited and before the Colorado River began to carve its canyon. During this time, the region experienced a series of geologic events that gave it much of the architecture and configuration it has today, but the most significant was the Laramide orogeny. During this event, the faults and uplifts, consequence of the Pacific Plate subduction under the North American Plate, helped to establish the basic structural features of the Colorado Plateau. The most recent pulse of uplift, which occurred 5 million years ago, has allowed the rivers on the Colorado Plateau to carve the deeply incised canyons for which the plateau is known. The Colorado River is responsible for the depth of the canyon, being the primary agent of transport for the sediment removed. The shape of the canyon above the high water mark is the result of erosion by water from other sources. Rains tend to come intermittently in heavy thunderstorms during the summer months. During the winter, the snow accumulated on the Kaibab Plateau melts, finding its way to the river. Most of the narrow, steep tributary canyons that feed the main channel carry water only during times of rainfall and snowmelt. When these streams do flow, they run with fury, working their way back into the plateau through headward erosion and contributing an enormous amount of rock debris to the river. Carving of the canyon. 1. Blocks and slabs of rock fall from the canyon cliffs, breaking into ever smaller pieces as they crash from ledge to ledge. 2. Gravity assures that the rocks, pebbles, and sand grains eventually make their way to side canyon floors by way of landslides. 3. Occasional flash floods and debris flows carry the rubble down the side canyons to the Colorado River. 4. Large boulders moved by flash floods sometimes obstruct the river's flow to form rapids. 5. The Colorado River moves the rubble, which was deposited by side canyon floods, from the mouth of the side canyon downstream toward the ocean. 6. The largest boulders are transported by the river only during floods, when it has the power to roll and skid the boulders along the river's bedrock floor, carving the canyon even deeper.